Hi everyone, this is Louise at Lifehouse Church in Johannesburg. Today I'm going to be at our daily devotionals. I'm going to be covering Romans 7 and it's going to be from verses 14 to 25. For the sake of time, I'm not going to be reading out the entire text, but I do encourage you to go and read it for yourself. Paul is discovering what the Lord does. In these texts, Paul is discovering what the Lord does to a person who isn't saved by their faith in Jesus. What he's doing is he is describing someone who is utterly enslaved to sin and pretty much powerless to do anything about it, about that enslavement. And the thing is that the more we try and stop sinning and desiring to stop desiring sinning, the more powerful sin becomes in our life. And this is a condition that Paul is describing somebody who is not converted to Jesus. And what the Lord does at best brings a person to produce a duality in someone who isn't saved by Jesus. Basically, a person with a divided being. The language is very strong. It brings a sense of powerlessness. And he writes the words like, I'm a mystery to myself. It is me, but it isn't me. I don't want to do it, but I end up doing what I hate. Michael Eaton says that the best that the law can do is produce a state in us where we deny and disown what we're doing and yet still end up doing it. Our willpower simply is not enough. Paul is not saying that the law is evil or bad. He states that the law is good, and even in the Passion Translation it says that it is spiritual. The law is spiritual and divinely inspired. However, the law cannot save us from the power of sin. It is like the power of sin overrides all our good intentions. And this describes every person who isn't converted by Jesus. The struggle is real and it's intense. Verse 21 comes with the statement going a step further. The power of sin working in my life is actually more powerful than the law of God, as the law is insufficient to overthrow it. Basically, we are incapable of throwing off the powerful, domineering law of sin, and it is an unwelcome intruder in our humanity. Without Jesus, the situation is agonizing. And the thing is that we need to be in a completely different position or need a different approach before we're able to live out godly lives. And this is where Jesus comes in. And his final conclusion in this text is how sin works when we try and seek holiness by the law. He gives us this description to persuade us not to go back in trying to keep the law. It's never helped us when we are unsaved, and it certainly is not going to help us now. This is dead works. And to turn back to the law is to turn away from the gospel. And it will only bring, the fruit of it will only bring fruit that will lead to death. I'm not saying that we won't be saved, but the fruit of our efforts will lead to death. So I just pray that you all are able to not try and keep your holiness, but to accept the truth that we are holy through Jesus. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you haven't subscribed and you wish to do so, click on any of the links below. Or if you'd like to learn anything more about Lifehouse, please click on the links below. Thank you so much. Bye.